everybody, welcome back to Fancy Nancy's Cooking Channel. Today I'm going to be showing you another simple but fabulous recipe, one which I love. We are going to be making chicken thighs sauteed in onions, mushrooms, and a spinach sauce, which you can pair with many different things. You can pair it with rice, you can pair it with roasted potatoes, but I have chosen to pair it with mashed potatoes. So let's get started. So first thing that you're going to do is get a big pot, fill it with water, and then you're going to add a dash of salt. Since this is a dinner for two, I am using 4 bone-in thighs. I'm only using 2 potatoes. Russet. Then what we're going to do is turn it on medium-high flame. You're going to let that boil for about 8 to 10 minutes. Once it's boiling, you're going to take your potato, you're going to peel it, cut it, wash it, and then you can stick it in the pot. Keep an eye on that. Remember, we don't want this to boil any more than about 15-20 minutes. You want it to boil, lower it to about medium. In the meantime, we have our 4 thighs, which we have here. First thing we're going to do is season them. It's a matter of preference. You can either leave the skin on or take it off. First thing we're going to do is use our seasonings. We have some adobo here. I like to just season to my liking, which is it's covered. Another seasoning I like to use is the ranch seasoning. And then I like to add some garlic and pepper seasoning. Make sure you cover all of the chicken. Also some Lawry's seasoning salt. And lastly, some garlic powder. And then don't forget to flip it and season on both sides. Same thing we're going to do again. Some ranch seasoning. Cover all of the chicken to your liking. Some adobo. And the garlic and pepper. The Lawry's. And lastly, my favorite, garlic powder. In the meantime, we're going to put this to the side. Since we'll be adding mushrooms to the recipe, we will season them at the same time. Stick them right in the bowl. And again, same seasonings. A little bit of ranch, a little bit of garlic and pepper, a little bit of adobo, a little bit of Lawry's. Then simply just mix it up, and you're going to put it to the side with the chicken. Then we will be turning our frying pan on, put it on medium. Again, we're going to add some olive oil through the whole pan. And this is going to be for our chicken thighs and our onions. So we're going to let that come to a nice heat. Glaze the pan. I used about less than 1/2 of an onion. You can just cut it up. Big, small, doesn't matter. Put it into the pan. Let it sear for a good maybe 3 to 5 minutes. And right after that, you're going to add your mushrooms, which you already seasoned. I'm going to give it one more swirl. I'm going to add it right into the pan. And again, this was a little jar. It'll be in the description below. And we're going to let the onions brown just a little bit. If you'd like, you can put a lid. And in the meantime, while that is simmering, you're going to go back to your sauce. And now we are going to add chicken broth. Which will be 1/4. Just mix it in. That's it. Gives it a nice coating. As you can see, it's already nice and thick. And what I like to do is add 1 chicken bouillon cube. So I'm going to add that in. Just drop it in. That's it. Now you can turn up the flame a little bit. Mix it around. Now we're going to go back. Check on our mushrooms and onions. Looking good. And at this point, I like to add my chicken thighs right on top. I want everything to marinate, all the seasonings, all the juices. And now you're going to cover this and let it simmer on medium-high for a good 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. And then I'll uncover it, flip it over, and let it simmer for another 8 to 10 minutes. Come over, keep mixing your sauce. As you can see, it's a nice consistency. Keep stirring so we don't have any lumps. Remember, the little lumps you see is the fresh garlic. Don't forget to keep an eye on your boiled potatoes. I'm going to turn mine up just a little more. Remember, no more than 15, 20 minutes for the potatoes. And now, at this point, we're going to add our spinach, since our sauce is nice and creamy. I use about 1 cup. Doesn't matter the type of spinach. It can be organic, regular spinach. It's already pre-washed. Add it in. Now, lower the flame to medium. Stir it nicely. I have a nice, creamy, heavy sauce. And we're going to let it sit and marinate very slowly. And then what I also like to add in is some cheese, which I already grated. So this here is shredded cheese, and it's called butter case cheese. You just want to sprinkle it around in the pan. Look at that. Looks good. Again, mix it a little bit. Nice and thick. Spinach is blending in very nicely. Now I'm going to come over to my thighs. Check on them. Okay. Good. Needs a little more time. Like I said, about 8 to 10 minutes. Turn it up a little bit. Okay, it's been about 9 minutes. We are going to check on our thighs. Looks good. Nice and lightly browned. Looks juicy. And from here now, we're going to transfer our chicken thighs directly into our delicious creamy sauce. And as you can see, the mushrooms and the onions have sauteed nicely. And we want to add that directly into our sauce. It's okay if you add all of the juices. We want this to be very thick and flavorful. Then what we're going to do is take a little bit of our nice thick gravy, coat it on top of each chicken breast. Make sure your flame is on medium. You're going to cover it. I like to cover it halfway. And we're just going to let it simmer for a good 15 minutes. And your potatoes should be ready in about 5. I like to check mine. Stick a fork. They're halfway soft. Then you will strain them. Add your butter. It's been about a good 20 minutes simmering. The chicken should be cooked well, inside and out. Always want to make sure it's thoroughly cooked. Look. And let's see how the final presentation came out. All right. Got a nice thigh here. Smells so delicious. I can smell throughout my house. You want to smother the gravy. Came out very creamy, very rich. And then I had made the mashed potatoes. And after I used half a stick of butter, since I used 2 potatoes, and then it's salt to your liking. And if you would like, you can also add this delicious creamy sauce to your mashed potatoes. So, it looks so good. It smells so good. Very tender. Cooked well inside. And I think it's ready to eat. So, I hope you enjoyed my recipe. Another simple recipe, but fabulous. Enjoy!